Welcome to Main Street Living. I'm Cheryl Nelson.
Hey, I'm Quincy Carr.
And I'm Danielle Alvari.
It's been another week, guys. How's it going?
It's been going pretty good. Like I need to get away. Like I haven't gotten away in a long time. August is a crazy month for me already. So many things that I would love to be able to do before the summer ends. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, for a lot
Danielle,
of us, it's like a staycation or nothing.
Well, I feel kind of guilty now because I actually had a girls' trip this past
Cheryl.
weekend. I know it was planned well before the pandemic, and we were
You
social
left it.
distancing. We were careful and yeah. Don't be mad at me, but you guys got to see this. I actually took some video because I wanted to bring my experience to you. I flew out to Minot, North Dakota, where my friend is stationed, and then we drove to Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. And I've never seen so many wildlife in my life. Check this out. Check this out. We are driving at Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. And we are surrounded by bison. Oh my gosh, there's some out my side window too. But they have taken over the road. Oh, wow. Oh, what's happening? Oh gosh, what's happening? They're fighting. What was that? Are they okay? Are they fighting?
Look at that on the left.
What is happening?
He's rubbing himself on the ground again. Look.
Oh. Okay, this is the Wild West.
Oh.
What's going on? What are they doing? Oh boy. Oh boy. Is your window open or closed?
My window's open.
You might want to close it. He looks kind of angry. Hello. That's right. You can walk in front of us.
I'm gonna
Oh God, here he comes.
Oh! That was really close. That was the closest ever. For me to feel uncomfortable, that takes a lot. That was intense. I really did feel threatened.
Yeah. Was your window open?
Yeah.
Bye, guys. This is Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, where you can see all the bison you want.
Wow, Cheryl. Okay, well, you're not off the hook with us yet for going without us.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at all of the windows being rolled up, but that was so funny. He said, "Is your window up or down?" I said, "Yeah, it's down." He said, "Hey, I think you better roll it up."
I was like, he looks kind of angry. Yeah, and then one walked right by the car, and you could hear him going stomp, stomp, stomp.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty intense because
Wow.
they can charge people. They'll attack you if they get mad.
Well, I mean, I can imagine there was a lot of cars out there. And I know y'all traveled across the state. Is that right?
Yeah, after the national park, that was an adventure. And then we went all the way across to Fargo and spent the evening there. But it was so much fun. I got to say, I spent a good, week and a half, Yellowstone, some parks in Utah. I think I saw more wildlife in North Dakota in half a day than I did in a week and a half at all the other national parks.
Yeah. In a lifetime for some of us.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
And, and I know the weather is going to be messing with us today because it is storming, especially in the area here in Virginia. So Danielle, if you see us lag a little bit, that's probably why. 'Cause I see a little bit on Cheryl. So, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Just like I hope the package that I shipped out to the wrong address will be fine and it will come back.
Oh God.
I'm struggling because I can't get this. I made a mistake. I wrote down the wrong address. So you were out there traveling and I got a package out there lonely that went to the wrong address.
Oh, Quincy, I feel bad for you. I'm causing you added stress.
Did you recover the package?
No, I haven't seen it yet because I don't think the people know why they received this big package in the mail. So I don't know. Back to me. But it's not yours. Whoever's watching, it's not yours. Give it back.
All right.
Well, while Cheryl was traveling and you were shipping and dealing with that nightmare, I was firmly planted on my couch enjoying NBA basketball, which is back.
Right.
So coming up next, we're going to talk about that.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. You guys, it's been so hard during this pandemic when there was no sports, nothing new to watch on TV. I don't know about you, but it's driving me crazy. I'm so happy some sports are coming back.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited for this segment. We get to talk about sports. Yes, so we get to talk about basketball because basketball is back. WNBA and NBA here to talk to us about the NBA today. I'm going to bring in Adam Finkelstein. He's National Basketball Scout and Recruiting Analyst. Adam, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me, what was the initial reaction when you heard that the NBA was going to come back?
You know, honestly, it was, I hope it works, because that was, you know, there were going to be so many implications for college sports. And if the NBA was able to pull it off, then hopefully others would be able to follow suit. So I was just hoping it worked. And so far, so good.
What do you think of the bubble format, keeping everybody locked up in that bubble and then also pumping in the crowd sound, all of the changes they've made?
You know, I mean, it's some of those logistics that they come up with. I think having Jason Tatum's son, Deuce Tatum, in all the Celtics games has been really cool. But I think that the bubble format obviously has worked. And I think that the sports, Major League Baseball in particular, that opted not to go to the bubble format are having problems because of it. So I think that the NBA and Adam Silver and his leadership team in particular have really kind of been at the forefront of this and setting an example for all of professional sports.
So you're safe to say that you think the NBA is probably approaching this the safest way?
Yeah, I think so. I really thought, you know, Greg Popovich, the Spurs head coach, he said something yesterday, and I'm not going to be able to be as articulate as he did, but he credited Adam Silver and the leadership team. And he also credited the discipline of the players to stay within the bubble. And, you know, I mean, a lot of them were complaining about the food at Disney World, which, you know, given what a lot of people are going through, I didn't think was in great taste. But he did compliment them for having the discipline to stay in the bubble and not break it. And that's why we're being able to watch those games on TV right now.
And what has it been like to be able to watch games again after such a long break? I mean, we're seeing players that have not been playing basketball all of a sudden being thrown into this many games back to back.
Well, I tell you what, though, I think they have been playing basketball because these guys don't look all that rusty. So, you know, I mean, they have access, even in quarantine. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them have access to training facilities, whether they're in their house or whatever. I mean, the quality of play was better than I expected initially. Maybe not the shooting right away, but I think it's picked up and it's been fun to watch. It's interesting to watch them have to kind of play without the energy that the crowd provides, because that provides a different dynamic altogether in most cases. But it's been a lot of fun. I know I've been entertained. It's just some semblance of normalcy, which I'm sure for, you know, everyone has been nice to see after the last, you know, 6 months or whatever it's been.
Sure. And if I'm understanding this correctly, they've been pumping in home sounds for the home teams. Have you noticed that?
I have not noticed that. That's,
yeah.
You know, there's full stories and podcasts about all the technology that's going on behind the scenes. You see Paul Pierce in them. I mean, it's interesting stuff. But it's also cool to see the players from other teams will go in and watch the games too. You know, if they're in the bubble, they can go in and watch games. So that camaraderie side of it, I think, has been a cool element of it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, how have the players been adjusting to be in the bubble besides the bad food?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were quickly scolded for complaining on social media. But, you know, for the most part, I'm with you. I'm watching kind of the YouTube videos and the social media posts and seeing who's playing what games out there at the Grand Floridian or what Disney hotel. And I know that if they don't like it, my kids would love to trade places with them anytime. So
right, it's all relative. So obviously, playoffs in August. What's going on? What are your predictions? What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
It's hard to bet against LeBron, you know, but I think that I'll say this. I think Los Angeles is the favorite, whether that's the Lakers or the Clippers. But yeah, I'm going with LA one way or the other.
Has anybody surprised you yet? Any teams?
I think that the Celtics coming back have been. I'm from New England, so I've kind of rooting for them just a little bit as much as I can. But so they've been fun to watch, and watching some of the Devin Booker is playing tremendous. So individual performance, and T.J. Warren, those two guys in particular have been spectacular.
Absolutely. Well, I hate to cut you off, but since you are from New England, I'm just kidding. But thank you so much, Adam. We love the basketball talks. We appreciate you having on always. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Danielle.
I gotta say something about that. I hail from New England also, so I like him.
Listen, if I wasn't on the other side of the country, Cheryl.
Look, Danielle, thank you, Danielle and Adam, for what that interview was. Very exciting. Now, while people are loving the return of the NBA, up next we find out how kids are loving their dentist appointment. When we come back, that's how they scream.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, I loved going to the dentist because I was that annoying kid who loved to floss. I loved to go and have them tell me how beautiful my teeth looked. How did you guys feel about it?
No, I hated it.
No. Look, Danielle.
Okay.
Danielle, as a parent, I can assure you, and pardon the pun, but it's like pulling teeth for parents to get their kids to feel comfortable about their upcoming dental visit. So with us today, super dentist Sarah Wacker is here to provide some helpful tips for parents who may have concerns. Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Now, Sarah, I'm sure a lot of kids get happy when they find out that their dentist visit has been postponed due to the pandemic, but why is it important to keep the kids on schedule with their dental care?
Well, actually, kids who come to the super dentist would be very disappointed to hear that they couldn't come in because kids love going to see the super dentist.
Yeah.
Maintaining your child's regular dental checkups are one of the best things you can do to keep a minor problem from turning into a major one.
Absolutely. And I see why, because for over 20 years, the super dentists are recognized leaders in pediatric dentistry as well as orthodontics. But during COVID-19, safety is certainly a big concern with the parents. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes. Safety is always a priority at the super dentist. And dentists have always effectively dealt with spreadable diseases and already had many safety measures in place before COVID. But since the pandemic, we've added even more.
Wow. And that is awesome because we actually have a clip showing some of that. Let's take a look at this real quick.
We brush our teeth, we floss our teeth, and love to go to the super dentist.
The reason that people typically don't like their dentist is because they're associated with something painful, right? It's a needle or a drill or something. So the super dentist is the only dental practice on the planet where kids literally beg to go to the dentist. We have orthodontics, we see adults, but really the core practice that we have is to serve kids. We want to make sure that the kids have fun, so we create magical experiences through the way our offices are themed and designed. Our superheroes, villains, we have our own movies, we have our own custom music, our own products. So when they come to the office, they feel really comfortable.
So let the super dentist take care of it.
Some of the things parents can do at home to make sure that kids can maintain their oral health between visits is to build positive association to their oral care at home as well. That starts with how they brush their teeth. Those daily routines are so critical to maintain at home, especially during this pandemic. Because like everything else, kids being home, not going to school, their daily routines have been appended, right? And so we encourage parents to make sure that these important routines are kept and make sure the kids still value their oral hygiene and their brushing and flossing. Dentists and dental offices in general, we're experts when it comes to infection control. Even before COVID, we've had to deal with other viruses and other bacteria. And because of COVID, many dental offices across the country, we've added so much more technology and systems and processes to make sure this virus is also safe. So we feel really good about inviting everybody back to our offices now. Our new safety protocols really start with when you call our office. We make sure that we do a thorough screening on the phone to make sure that we only allow healthy people inside the office. We've virtualized our lobbies and waiting rooms. So now that's in the car or outside the office. So you can check in virtually now through our website. You can do all the paperwork digitally on your phone or tablet. And then we have a really, really cool virtual super lounge that's on our website that kids can be entertained through our movies and music and fun stuff. And parents can be educated about everything COVID and non-COVID with a lot of recent articles and interviews that we've done across the country.
We clean our teeth on top, in, back, and front.
American Dental Association did a survey, and the majority of people, 75 to 80% of people, feel very comfortable going back to their dentist right now. But there's still 15% of people or so that they're uncomfortable. Your dental care and oral care is super important during a health pandemic because it's about overall health. With those patients that are a little bit concerned about going back to a dentist, my message is dental offices are super safe, and this is something that you cannot wait until there's a vaccine. I really encourage everybody to go back to their dentist and take care of their oral health.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited. Like, y'all got me. If I was a kid, I would just be dancing. Now, was that you in the video? I see why kids love it. Was that you and your son?
It was, yes. My son loves to go to the super dentist, and we thought we'd model some of the new safety procedures.
Yeah. No, I thought that it was very cool, and you guys bring in the characters, and now I can see why kids would definitely enjoy that overall. What was your son's perspective after he went there?
Oh, he loves going to the super dentist, and we really do make going to the dentist a fun experience for both parents and kids. And as a parent, I had some questions about my son's teeth and need for braces, and I was due for a checkup myself. So these weren't appointments that I wanted to delay for months, and I felt very safe.
Absolutely, and good thing you weren't kicking and screaming, right?
Exactly.
Hey, Sarah, thank you so much. Where can your viewers go really quick to find out more about you guys?
TheSuperDentist.com.
TheSuperDentist.com. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the show. We certainly do appreciate it. And all I have in my head, thank you again, Sarah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, take care.
I'm doing the same thing. I know. That was fun. We've got a lot more ahead, though, on Main Street Living, guys. In fact, are you a middle child? If so, there is a special day just for you. We'll explain that coming up.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Ladies, I know each of us has siblings, but I think I'm the only one who's the middle child. Like, for real.
Yeah,
Fortunately. Yeah, my parents dropped it too.
Yes, mine did as well. You're the youngest, Danielle, right? And I'm the
My
oldest.
mom said she had a boy, she had a girl, and she was done.
Oh, got it all done. Yeah. And you know what? With the three of us, I'm actually by age the middle child of the show. So This next segment is kind of interesting. I want to bring in now Bruce Hopman. He is the founder of the International Middle Child Union. That's right. Something like that exists. Welcome to Main Street Living. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Cheryl.
You have a special day coming up, August 12th, just for middle children. Explain why this is so important and some of the common misconceptions about middle kids, because my husband's a middle child and I think he felt slighted.
Okay, well, you mentioned that August 12th is Middle Child's Day, and it's important if you're a middle child because we don't get a lot of attention. The irony is nobody knows about Middle Child's Day. So I made it my mission to form the International Middle Child Union. And our mission is to raise awareness for Middle Child's Day, which thank you very much for helping us do that by having me on your show. The misconceptions of middle children are that we are always seeking attention, which is true sometimes because we don't get a lot. But we're also known to be really good negotiators. We're good mediators because we're stuck in the middle. We're always trying to find the common ground between the oldest in the family and the youngest in the family. Another misconception is that the firstborns are the leaders. For a while, there was a fact floating around out there that more than half the presidency of the United States were middle children. In fact, that's not true. Almost 52% of presidents were middle children. So we are leaders. We have many qualities that go unnoticed because of our position in the family.
So middle child syndrome, is this really a thing, or are people really suffering because of this?
I think we feel left out, overlooked. So that's how middle child syndrome came into being. Look, firstborns have certain characteristics, and lastborns have certain characteristics. They weren't given a syndrome. For some reason, we lucked out and we got our own syndrome. So there's got to be some truth to it.
I love the graphics that are popped up there. So as a firstborn, then what do you think of somebody like me?
I think you're lucky. I think you hit the birth order jackpot, and I'm jealous. I wish that I, could have been the firstborn, but I had to be the second boy in the family, which is really not the best birth order position to be. My parents had a boy. They wanted another child. They had a boy. Oops, repeat. Okay. So then they had a third child. It was a girl. And then they stopped having children. So it kind of proves it that they were really going for the girl all along. But I'm over it.
You know what? You're over it. You have your whole founded International Middle Child Union now. And so what is the goal? What do you want to come of this?
Well, I'd like us to get some attention. I'd like everybody to know that Middle Child's Day is August 12th. That's why that's why I'm having this virtual parade this year. I'm asking anybody who's watching the show to go to the blog, smackdadblog.com. You can find out how you can send in an entry to be part of this virtual global Middle Child's Day parade. Also, go to the blog. We're going to have Middle Child's Day greeting cards up there. We do this every year. You can send them to your favorite middle child. Let them know you're thinking of them at least one day a year. On Middle Child's Day, you could be thinking of your middle child. Forget about us every other day. We're used to that, but we'd like some attention on Middle Child's Day. You can also go to the blog to find out how you can get gifts for your middle child. I have the Middle Child's Day gift guide is up there with some great ideas, some fun ideas for gifts for a middle child. And go to the blog, smackdadblog.com, to get your very own International Middle Child Union membership card. Send that to a middle child. You can get one for your husband. Give that to your husband. Quincy is also a middle child. I think he needs to have a Middle Child's International Middle Child Union membership card. So we're going to make sure we want to get one to him also.
Of those. And I hear you have a surprise for me as well.
Well, I appreciate everything you're doing as a firstborn. And we're very skeptical and suspicious of a firstborn who's doing something nice for a middle child. But I'd like to make you an honorary member of the International Middle Child Union. So I'm presenting you virtually with your own membership card, which is, as you can read it, it entitles you to all the privileges of the Middle Child Union, which are none. So, have fun with that.
Well, we are out of time, but I really appreciate that. And I'm the middle child of this show, so I will take that and I'll wear that badge with honor. So thank you so much for joining us.
Good to see you. Don't forget, August 12th, Middle Child's Day. Thanks, Cheryl.
All right. Thank you. Quincy, I'm sure he heard that. Oh, Quincy.
He's used to being ignored. That's good. Well, we'll just see him maybe when we get back for the next segment. Coming up, we are talking to an artist who is using her music to help fight for racial justice. Stick with us.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. 2020 has been a challenging year, and we're always looking for ways to get uplifted. So I want you guys to check out this interview that Danielle and Quincy did last week.
All right. So at this time, music has been a great source of healing for a lot of us. So much going on in the world, from the pandemic to the protests, Black Lives Matter. So here to talk to us a little bit more about that, we have singer, songwriter, dancer, performer, you name it, the baby Dawn.
Hey.
Hey,
and I'm going to call you baby today because you said that's cool. So I'm going to start with baby. So as we mentioned, a lot going on this summer, a lot to think about. What specifically inspired you to write your song, Pray?
Really, the song came to me at the beginning of the coronavirus. When everything first started out, I was working at a golf course and seeing all of my friends that, were my coworkers at the same time. There was a guy that was working there for like 30 years. He got laid off. And really, it was just like, that could be me. And it really inspired the song because I was scared. I was scared I was going to lose my job, and it's supporting my music career. So I didn't want that to happen. And then the whole George Floyd situation happened. It just really sparked a lot of tension, especially I'm biracial. So, it sparked a lot of tension in my family. And, everything. So I just really wanted to give a song, you know, to give hope and prayer and love. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you talk about hope, prayer, and love, because you talk about showing compassion and and praying for better days. But for the baby Don, what does that look like? What does compassion look like? Because I know that that's an issue with people here in the country.
Right. Really, compassion to me, I think it's a very personal thing. Anybody, compassion is something different, but to me, compassion really means, you know, just something small, something, you know, telling somebody they look great today. You know, you never know what somebody's going through, especially in this time. So really, just a really small act of kindness goes a long way.
Absolutely. And I know everybody's hurting right now, but especially artists, performers, musicians, not able to perform in concerts, maybe not able to go to the studio. What have you been able to do in this time?
I thought originally I had so many bookings this summer, but I was like, you know, I got to sit in my room and creatively just write. I was able to write and just
create.
You know, write the storm. Yeah, just create. So it actually worked a lot in my benefit. So I was pretty blessed about that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
getting a sneak peek at that new video.
Absolutely, and that looked like that's somewhere on the peninsula, right?
Actually, Virginia Beach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was wrong. I don't know my area around here. Look, but you've got, you know, a lot of people didn't know you. You've got over 24,000 followers on Instagram. What do you feel like is your inspiration and your responsibility to reach out to all of them with your message?
I have a younger group, a younger audience following me. And my responsibility really is just to make sure that they have somebody that they can look up to that's not cussing, not doing anything, you know, that I wouldn't want my little cousin doing. So really, I'm just trying to inspire, search, give them something to do, listen to, have fun.
Yeah, you know, and they follow the fact that you open for Pharrell too. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Casual. Just slide that in there. Yeah. Speaking of something to listen to before we go, I just really want to make sure we talk about Say So, your other song that released July 18th. Tell us what that one was about.
Hey, Say So, that's a really good feel-good record. I heard the beat and I said, yep, we're going with this one for the summer. So Say So is a feel-good. Make sure you go listen to it. It's an awesome song.
Absolutely. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at TheBabyDon. You can also follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel on YouTube, TheBabyDon.
Absolutely.
Thank you, the baby.
So you even got Danielle getting back into her moves again. Thank you so much for joining us. And you know, yes, absolutely. And people, the Baby Dawn is out. She's got a new album out. She's got a new hit single, and you guys definitely want to go out to support that. Again, we call it here, Danielle, 2 Up, 2 Down.
2 down.
VA. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. She's representing something in the water, obviously, here in the area. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You take care.
Such a cute segment there. Coming up on Main Street Living, we're going to talk about how people are keeping senior care centers safe during this pandemic. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, as you guys are well aware, now more than ever, we're trying to find ways to stay safe, stay healthy, especially to protect our loved ones.
Yes, Danielle, exactly. And we really want to take extra caution too when we're talking about senior care centers, because we want them to stay virus-free for not just the seniors, but also for the caregivers and the employees there. So our next guest, I want to bring in Cheryl Wilson. She's a registered nurse and the CEO of St. Paul's Senior Services. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you.
Well, you're very welcome. I'm delighted to be with you today.
So Cheryl, remind us, what exactly is St. Paul's Senior Services and where are you located?
Well, we have a presence all over the county. We have our major campuses on Bankers Hill, right by Balboa Park, but we are very prominent in the South Bay. And we just opened our newest area in Encinitas to serve the North County. Also, we're in the East County in El Cajon. So we basically serve the entire county.
So we're talking about the San Diego, California area. So yes, it's so nice that you're so wide reaching in that part of California, definitely serving a lot of people there. And I hear you have 700 employees, and I assume this is not just for the nursing staff, but also social workers, chefs, even drivers.
Yes, and we have doctors and home care workers, maintenance engineers, chefs, kitchen staff, accountants, marketing people, all levels of management teams. We have a very large training program where we take people who may be just getting started in their work life, and we will educate them and train them into larger and bigger opportunities at St. Paul's. And so we're very proud of the people who work here at St. Paul's. And you're right, we have almost 700 people, and they serve over 1,600 years every day.
My gosh, that's so much to keep up with there. And then, of course, you've got all of that going on, and then COVID-19 hits. And now I know it's especially important to try to keep everybody safe. What measures are you taking?
Well, the first thing that we decided was that we could not take care of our seniors without our staff. And so we did an outreach to our staff. We committed that we would have no layoffs, and we have not had any layoffs. Even though we closed a few programs, we still have not had any layoffs, and we repurposed all of those employees and have kept them working. So we're very proud of that. But in order to keep people working, we had to provide them with PPE, which was very hard to access during the beginning of this COVID-19. But we also decided that we needed to support our staff in other ways. Obviously, the schools were closed down very early on. And as a result of that, a lot of our employees said they were going to have to stay home. So we repurposed our childcare program, which we had closed, and we invited all of our staff to bring their children in to be in our childcare program. And so we were able to do that. We continue to do that to this very day. And now that the grade schools and high schools are still not opening, we have now set up a learning lab where employees can bring their school-age children with their laptops or iPads, and they can actually be supervised doing their online work while their parents come to work at St. Paul's and serve our seniors, which is obviously our goal. We also have provided showers for our employees who want to go home. We give them lunch every day, accommodation, people who are working in to go and stay at hotels for which we pay, just so that they can be feeling secure and not taking COVID-19 home to their families. Although I do have to say that we've had no incidents of that at all. So we're very proud of that.
Yes, you guys are very lucky. You're doing so well there. And it sounds like an amazing place to work and to go to. I mean, you're taking care of your employees, the weight lifted off the shoulders about the childcare. Where can people learn more information about you?
Well, St. Paul's is on the website, obviously, stpaulseniors.org. You can certainly contact me at CEO@stpaulseniors.org, or you can call our main line 619-239-6900, St. Paul's Seniors.
All right, Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us today on Main Street Living. We appreciate it. Wish you all the best.
Thank
you. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cheryl for that. And we are going to shift gears. Up next, we're talking about a gator, a snail, and a narwhal. Things are getting pretty interesting when we come back. Stick around for more on Main Street Living.
Well, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but it seems like there's always so much negative news right now. I probably spend too much time on Twitter, but luckily, the person I always can count on to bring my spirits up, Mr. Quincy Carr. What do you have for me?
All right, Quincy.
Look, the positive, and you calling me Mr. makes me feel old. But look, one positive thing about the times that we're living in right now is the level of creativity that has helped so many of us adjust, including an idea from some Long Beach, California high schoolers that came up with a form of a coloring book. Welcome to the show, Lauren, Erin, Sophia, and Ella. How you ladies doing?
We're good.
Yes. Like, it's been a while since I've been in high school, but congrats on launching this nonprofit, Be the Change Coloring Company. I don't know if some of y'all know this, but our other co-host, Danielle, she knows all about this LA quarantine life that y'all been living in for a while. What led you to needing to do something to create some change for others? Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren.
So we are in an economics class and we're supposed to do a business plan. And since it's normally supposed to be environmentally science related, since we are also taking that class, they kind of mush together. But since we were in quarantine, our teacher said we could make it COVID-19 related. So we decided to do that. And we wanted to give back to the community and help kids. So we decided on a coloring book, and proceeds from the coloring books they get donated to organizations.
Yeah. Well, I know you said we, and that's the part of team there. But which one of you actually came up with this idea?
So I think usually we just give it to Lauren and Aaron. I think in the beginning it was their idea to do a kid-related thing to help them out during this time, but we've all added on to it and made it all of our own. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. Now there are some interesting characters that you all have come up with to help young children during the quarantine. There's E-Gator, there's Sam the Snail, there's Wally the Narwhal. What is a narwhal?
Yeah, we decided to use those characters because they're kid friendly and we didn't want it to be too serious, but like still get the point across. So we thought they were cute, you know.
Got you. But what is a narwhal?
Oh.
Can you explain? I know what a gator is.
I don't know. I think it's just the type of sea animal with a horn, I guess, similar to a unicorn, but like sea life.
Yeah.
Sea life.
The unicorn of the sea.
Yeah.
Got you. So which one of these characters relates to either of you?
I feel like we use the characters just to explain the issue to kids because it seems more happy and better explanations for the kids. Because the characters, like animals, when they're talking to kids, it feels like they would understand better.
Absolutely. And Lauren, what has it been like seeing your book being loved by so many kids?
It's so cool because it's really satisfying just to see that kids are able to learn from our book, and we've worked so hard on it, and it's really fun to see that people like it.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine that. I mean, I understand how these days social media is what gets everybody excited about who's following you and all that. But when you see kids can relate to some content that you put out, because kids can be brutally honest, right? Now, you've generated quite a media buzz. So what has that been like, Aaron?
It's just really great to see all these people we've been able to reach out to, and they're sending us all this positive feedback, like pictures of their kids, what pages they liked. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, now real quick, how can people follow you and get in touch and get more information about the Be the Change Coloring Company?
You can follow our Instagram at Be the Change Coloring Co. or go on our website at BeTheChangeColoringCo.com.
Look at that, young business women. I'm telling you, y'all are going to go far, and keep smiling and keep making those type of positive changes because the world needs it so much. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, y'all be safe.
Oh, what amazing ladies right there. Oh, my goodness. We've got more Main Street Living coming up. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Main Street Living. The positive energy today, guys. It's been really good.
Yes.
Yeah, I felt good. I think I feel better about taking my daughter to the dentist now. And actually, she's always been good going to the dentist because she has to go back there by herself. And now it's like, yeah, I don't need you to go. But eventually, she's going to need braces. So,
braces. That brings back horrible memories. I had braces twice. I got them when I was really young. I was only in 5th grade, and I was the first one to have braces. I had buck teeth as a kid, so that had problems in itself. But braces were not fun.
Ooh, yeah, I had them too, and I don't want to remember how the inside of my mouth looked because I would tear it up.
Oh gosh!
Did either of you have to wear headgear? Because I did.
No, you had the headgear. That's the worst. That was
and
the
despite my brother's best efforts, there are no photographs captured of it, fortunately. So,
seriously?
Yeah, but it was worth the teeth. Anyway, thank you to my orthodontist for my teeth. Shout out. But yes, and thank you to all you guys for watching our show and hanging out with us each week.
We always make it a lot of fun. So make sure you watch new episodes of Main Street Living every Monday, 9 p.m. local time. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week as we take another stroll down Main Street.